right. I want to know if my mic level is your one. Is your one?
And I need to exercise my voice.
Why?
Because I haven't been speaking. I just woke up. I didn't interact.
I feel like waking up voice is the best type of voice. This would be such a good just intro to the podcast. Should I just leave it? I just want to leave it because we're going into something really interesting.
Okay, go on.
Morning voices, you know.
I mean, I shall be honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't really like my morning voice.
You don't?
No, man. I'm tired of people telling me that I've got a deep voice.
For real?
Yeah.
No, man. You've got like a normal female voice.
Nah.
It's distinctive, but in a good way.
Why
though.
is it distinctive?
It's soothing. It's soothing.
Really?
Yeah. Someone said that. You know, someone commented on your voice.
Oh, is it?
One of my ex-managers.
Sick.
Imagine he was like, yeah, she's got a really soothing voice.
Sick.
Yeah, man.
Well, for a very long time, I was very insecure about my voice.
Really?
Yeah, up till recently. Up till like maybe 2 years ago when I realised some girls have like squeaky voices.
Trust me, you'd rather have like, you'd rather not have a high pitched voice, like a super high pitched voice.
Yeah.
'Cause you know most girls are like squeamish.
No, not all of them.
It's like ah.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can scream if I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, my sister. I think all my sisters have quite deep voices.
Mm.
Yeah.
No. But it's not deep. It's just like
It's quite deep.
no. It's got like a different tone to it.
Sick.
But it's a good tone.
Okay.
And I'm not being nice because you're in front of my face. Like I'll be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I think you have a nice voice as well.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I get told that a lot, but you know, thank you. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. 2 minutes into it. Mad. We're back.
And we're better.
We're live.
But
we're not live.
We're liver.
We're live, but we're not live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tomato Podcast, episode 30. Damn.
Oh my God, it's episode 30.
Episode 30, 3-0.
Epic.
This is the game changer. These are the next 10 episodes, the best 10 episodes of your life, apparently. Apparently the 30s are supposed to be the best years of your life.
Oh, okay.
That's what they say.
I mean, I feel like we are on a journey together.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
5-year game plan.
Oh.
You know,
you want to be next to me 5 years?
No, listen. You know, if you do something for consistently for 5 years, you're pretty much guaranteed to blow in that field.
100%.
1,000 hours. If you dedicate 1,000 hours into a craft, you'll become an expert at it.
Okay. Well, I feel like we're quite good at our podcast.
I'm gonna maintain, you know,
the humbleness,
sort of a humble sort of image right now because you know I don't want anyone to switch off.
I mean,
I can't hate people. I mean, I can't stand people with like, oh yeah, look at me.
No, but sometimes you gotta be like your number one supporter.
Yeah. No, I know. Like personally, I know. Yeah, we're gonna do bits.
I mean, I just want to create a community. And
trust me. That's the beginning, really.
And a lot of people have been saying, okay, Faiza, we need to see how you guys look. But the way I'm looking right now, should I describe my outfit?
Video implementations are going to be implementationalists soon.
You could have just said implemented.
Yeah, and I clocked that off because I first said implementation and then...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm ready to
Bruv, I'm ready.
record.
I'm ready.
What do you mean? Look what I'm wearing right now.
But you know, back in the days, when I first started, yeah, I used to rock up in my pajamas.
Yeah, right now I'm wearing my pajamas underneath, like you know, Mandem.
That's the best type of like podcast gear.
Socks.
I'm telling you.
Got bleach stains.
I miss those days, man.
I'm wearing a bomber jacket and it's fucking hot.
Straight up, man. You're living life right now.
I'm wearing the same bandana I've been wearing for 4 weeks.
For real, I wish I was in your position because
I mean,
like it just doesn't feel right being all like dressed up and feel like I'm about to do a news conference. You know them ones.
It looks like we're spying on someone's yard right now.
Oh, trust me, residential road, same spot as well. I like this spot. We do need to go to AP though soon.
What?
What do you mean?
There's no need.
Alright, Carl, if you're happy with this, I'm happy with this as well.
As long as you're
I just didn't want to dent your expectations.
No, I'm good. Listen.
Calm, I'm happy then.
Expectations for what? Listen.
Alright, good.
I don't have to dress up.
Yeah.
I don't mind going to Alexandra Palace.
Every now and again.
Unless I'm going to my dad's.
Maybe like episode 50.
Yeah, I don't... What? Episode 50? Yeah, I don't mind.
That's around the corner, you know. Trust me, that's going to come like Joe Budden, do you know what? Yeah, this guy, he's like on 200 and something. I remember like watching his 200. No, he's like on 250. I remember him making a big deal out of 200. Now, yeah, he does like 2 podcasts a week. How do people do 2 podcasts a week?
I'm not gonna lie, we can easily do it.
But like,
We have
how do
so
you
much to say.
Yeah, that's true. We do have so much to say. But me personally, yeah, if I was to do 2 podcasts a week for a month, no, let's say for 3 months, yeah, but I don't know if like. I'm scared people would just get bored of listening to the same shit.
No, because you would attract more people, and Joe Budden, he doesn't only do the podcast.
He does both.
He does he does loads of things. So it's like he's interacting with people left, right, and
he
center.
Commentates. Yeah, no.
And yeah, I feel like Americans are quite into like radio.
Yeah. Because they're so opinionated. Let's be honest. It's true though, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think they're opinionated. Actually, I just think that they are straight up with what they think.
Yeah.
And I don't think British people are like that. They love to say things behind your back.
We're reserved, innit? We're very safe when it comes to words.
We're passive aggressive, bruv.
But yes, that's it. We're passive aggressive.
I would like to be politically correct for no reason when low key you're just being a dick.
Politically correct.
So let's get
into it, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
Get with it.
We're back. I'm so excited to be back, man.
Really?
For real. Yeah, man.
This guy came early today, you know.
Trust me, bro. I was up like the crack of the dawn. So is that how you say it?
I think so, yeah.
At the crack of dawn.
I mean,
where we starting off from, though, because you've got the order.
No, it's the same order. We're gonna
cool.
start off with the right-wing racist attacks.
Okay, cool.
On Muslims in Birmingham.
So we'll start off with a little update on what's been going on in the world, in society, in life, since last week. So last week we recorded a very, very special episode about the Christchurch terrorist attack, and since then it's been quite interesting. Following the attacks, there have been a lot of incidents that have happened, not just in the UK but globally as well. And I don't know if you caught some things. I mean, I remember immediately straight after the attacks, maybe a day later in Whitechapel, these 2 guys were caught on video attacking a car.
I didn't know.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Muslim guy in the car. They just finished praying Friday prayers, and then these 2 white guys were obviously shouting abusive things, and one of them had a hammer.
What?
And a baton.
What?
And then the guy actually got into the car.
What?
I think smashed something over his head.
What?
Yeah, but the guy was fine.
This
he was in hospital.
This is like the movie that I was watching yesterday. Whoa.
Yeah, no. Big man things, yeah. So this was all caught on camera. Him getting in the car. Obviously, you can't see him like smashing.
Why would he? Raw. Okay, so that's one.
So that's one thing. So shall I go through them?
Yeah, go on.
Cool. And then after that, you got 5 mosques in Birmingham, which were attacked by sledgehammers overnight. Swastikas and references to the terrorist attack in New Zealand that was sprayed over on a school wall in Oxford. A Muslim woman overheard a man making shooting noises at her as she walked to school. In Surrey, a 19-year-old was stabbed by a 50-year-old right-wing extremist who were shouting things like, "All Muslims must die," "White supremacists rule," "Do you want to die? Well, you're going to die." And then he stabbed him, but the guy is luckily still alive. So quite a few things have happened.
And there's another thing as well, actually. There was this Asian girl that was walking.
Yeah.
And some white man was calling her Shamima Begum.
Oh, my God.
And he was basically literally following her. So, to be honest, I'm not really surprised, because I think last week we touched on the fact that it would have an aftermath like this. I know that in Holland there was a Turkish guy.
Yeah, there was a Turkish don.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's linked to the terrorism or not, but personally I think it is, because it's like too much of a coincidence. But he killed 3 people and he injured another 4 people. But what surprises me is that episode wasn't made as big of a deal as Christchurch was.
Yeah, because they said that he didn't really have links to any terrorist groups, but he was more of just. They said that he was basically known to the police before.
Yeah.
And when they questioned his neighbours, apparently they just said that he is a loser, and that he's just a petty criminal. And at the same time, I feel like Yeah, that is the case. Most of these people, most of these right wing extremists, I don't even call them extremists actually. I just call
White
them
supremacists.
no, they're just dumb. You know, they're dumb people.
Spit.
And
Light. It's a light word to describe them.
no, I think they're dumb because, and I think actually not even dumb. I think they're brainwashed,
Yeah.
and I don't blame them to a certain extent
Mm.
because, like I said, they're puppets,
Mm.
and they're just reacting to something. It's trying. They don't have anything else to live for.
Mm.
I think that's what it is as well.
Do you
Like-
understand why they're doing it?
I understand it to a certain extent. I understand that, like, you know, for me as a person, when I wake up and I know what my purpose is.
Yeah.
I feel like these people don't have a purpose like that.
Do you want me to be honest, yeah? I think I can totally understand and relate where they're coming from. It's gonna sound mad controversial, but
No, it makes sense.
like most of them argue that their culture is under attack.
Okay.
They're losing, you know,
British values.
British values and culture. And I totally sympathize with that, because if I was in their shoes, and if I was witnessing all of this cultural change, all of this what do you call it, diversity, being pumped into my country, you know, I would probably feel the same.
But then those people are the same people that are uneducated.
Yes.
And that, again, that I'm not going to say they're dumb, but they're not
Culturally
smartest of all.
ignorant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because, you know, what is British values anyways? I mean, I know that most British people, most English people are not really English anyways. Like the lineage. That's it. I know it goes down to, you know, the Germans and it's all mixed, you know. No one's really from where they're from.
Really and truly, they fucked up when they decided to colonize.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was gonna go back to. And let's be honest, I wouldn't be here if Somali wasn't unstable.
Yeah.
I'm happy to go back there. Once upon a time, Somalia was the Switzerland of Africa, you know. And Somalia has resources, it has a system, regardless of the fact that till today, you know, there's ongoing like conflicts and stuff. It's still a functioning country. My mum's there now. Like, do you know what I mean?
Shout out to your mum.
So, like, I'm here because the opportunities are here.
Yeah.
But if the same opportunities were presented in Somalia, and if Somalia was safe, I would happily go back.
Okay.
There's no need for me to be in a cold country. There's no need for me to not be able to be as free as I want to be. You know, Somalia is my home. I mean, this is my home too, but right now,
I wish I could say that. I wish I could like say, you know, I don't mind going back to Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Or my sense of being at home is X, Y, and Z, but I can't relate.
I mean, for me, it was like in 2012, I went back for the first time. And it was an experience that it was the first time that I went to a quote, third world country. So it was like a cultural shock.
Yeah.
But then it's so nice to just walk around and see people that look like you.
You can relate to.
Yeah, it's so nice to just see people that look like you.
Feeling a sense of community.
Yeah, and just like that, you don't have to constantly explain yourself. Like everything's just
simple.
Yeah,
and easy,
it's like
and
I felt like I was part of them, regardless of the fact that like I am a, you know, diaspora or whatever, or I'm British, and like they would like to call me fish and chips. But I was still like, that's my people.
Yeah.
Like we share the same language, the same food, the same vision,
Norms
the same
and values.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we even smell the same. Do you know what I
don't
mean?
know how you lot smell, sorry.
Yeah, but
No, I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So not to go off topic. So
Yeah,
I get what, you know, what they're saying with British values, but what are British values? Because
well, there's no such thing as British. I mean, I think the main
English. Yeah, what's the
I think
English
the main
traditions?
problem that they see is that too many communities are not integrating, and by integrating I mean we're not having a dialogue and we're not having a conversation and we're not mingling with each other. It's like going to a party, yeah, and you've got 3 or 5, you got 3 to 5 different friendship groups, and they're all just sitting in their corners, just chatting away, and it's like it makes the party a bit dead. But if everyone comes together, if everyone talks, if everyone mingles,
but why are we gonna mingle when you can't expect people to mingle when
your values
it's
are
not that.
conflicting with
your
other
system
people's.
is created because of the negative effects that you've done to us, the fucked up shit you've done to the people that are now sitting in that room. We're scared of you. Not scared of you literally, but you're the people that have fucked up certain people's systems and countries, and you're the reason why these people have traumas. And even when they're trying to rebuild like their lives and so on and their systems, you still try and get involved and still fuck it up. And I don't think people realise that, especially English people, they don't realise their position in the world.
Yeah.
They're quite entitled.
Very, very entitled.
And a lot of people accommodate to them just way too much. And you can see it in a lot of countries when you go abroad. White people are catered to. And they don't even realise it. Like, you go into these holiday destinations, and it's like, why is there fish and chips on the menu? I wanna eat the local food, you know. and it's like, I'm not saying all English people are like that, but they do go into different countries of the world, and they carry that colonial mindset without actually
there is
realizing
a sort of racial what's the word, man? Favoritism, or I would say they're
considered to have money.
Yeah,
so
but I just feel like
to.
When you come across someone who looks in a certain way, you're prone to treat them differently.
100%.
But do you know what I've been quite surprised with in the last week is the reaction from the general public, and not just in the UK again, but globally, following the attack. Oh, the window, yeah. Following the attack, I've been so pleasantly surprised by
in a positive way.
In a positive way.
Okay.
At how sort of the non-Muslim communities have been catering for the Muslim communities, and just this sudden awareness that, oh my God, Muslims do exist in the world.
Yeah.
I think we have a duty in not looking after them, but in catering for them.
100%.
Because of what they've been going through, and that's really like brightened my mood up a little bit, especially what's her name, Jacinda.
The Prime Minister of New Zealand.
The new, I forgot her name, man. Jacinda Ardern or something like that.
J.A.
Bruv, I give her so much respect.
I mean,
she's done so much in the last week. Like, I don't know, bruv, I don't know if she's an undercover Muslim or not, but the way she's been moving, it's been so humbling.
I think it's very
heroic.
I can't speak English today.
Calm, man. You're moving like me in every single episode. I just I lose like.
I think she is definitely a good role model.
Yeah.
But what I don't understand is why the women need to wear a half-hearted hijab.
Yeah, I mean, I get the symbolic
necessary.
sort of nature of why they're doing it, and
but it's like,
I commend them for a great effort, because it shows unity and all the rest of it. But yeah, no, I get at the same time, it's a bit culturally sort of.
You don't just go and put a hijab on because you feel like it. But it's a good thing.
Point of it. No, it is.
No, it's a good thing, 100%. Like, and I know 100% that when people do these hate crimes, it does raise awareness, and it does bring people together, and they actually end up learning about Islam properly because they have to.
Yes.
So there's always like a good kind of domino effect after.
Yeah, and when I saw the adhan was playing in Trafalgar Square, I saw that and I was like, wow, man, we have really made a very, very big leap towards, restoring humanity, I guess.
100%.
Because for most people in that, who have witnessed it, it would have been the first time that they have heard the adhan.
Yeah.
But these times it's played 5 times a day.
Yeah.
Every single day. 365 days of the year.
But I mean, there's certain areas in the UK that is very like the Muslim population is, Like there's a lot of them. Like in Birmingham.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
that
Yeah.
people would hear that. But then you go a little bit outside of Birmingham, and people have no idea
None.
what's going on within.
Mm.
But at the same time, it really just depends on the people. Because if you've left the UK and you've travelled to, for example, certain areas of the world, then you would know that these things are happening. So I feel like sometimes when you are an English person or whatever, or you're a British person or whoever you may be, even a Somali person, if you really don't leave your comfort zone, everything else is alien to you.
Yeah.
And then it becomes threatening.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what the problem is sometimes. A lot of people are scared of the unknown.
Yeah, that's where problems arise. I mean, look what happened during the 1940s, where millions of Jewish people, were murdered.
Yeah.
Like so cold-heartedly because because people didn't know who what the Jewish community was.
I mean, it's one of those situations. It's like you kind of have to look behind how that came into place and who allowed it to happen. And I feel like when these attacks are happening, it's like, okay, who's actually held accountable for these things? Nobody really.
No. Brushed under the carpet. Just like how the American government were found guilty of murdering Martin Luther King.
Yeah, they just
nothing happened.
Yeah.
What justice was done? None.
Yeah.
He would have had another 10-15 years of creating mass change. We might not see racism today in America if he were to, live out those 10-15 years and create more change in society.
I mean,
I'll tell you what scares me a little bit though. In the next month and a half, Ramadan's around the corner, and we know that during Ramadan something always happens.
Yeah.
Grenfell Tower, was it last year?
Yeah.
The year before that, Darren Osborne?
Yeah.
So I never ever thought about security in mosques. I mean, this whole conversation was going on for a whole week about should mosques tighten up the security a little bit more, and I thought to myself, like, why are we talking about security in mosques? Because do we really want to create a community where we're closed off from the outside of the world? And also, I've never experienced security in a mosque, so that to me is alien. So it kind of annoyed me when I heard that, but
yeah, it's like
only now I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like,
this ain't the Kaaba, fam.
Yeah, no, I know, but only now I'm thinking about it because Ramadan's around the corner, and like I do get anxious.
Yeah.
During that time. So what's gonna happen?
I just hope that. I mean, in certain areas, for example, Regent's Park Mosque, 150%, there's always police there.
That's the mosque I go to as well.
Protecting the area. And they're very interconnected with the government and like the police and all of that anyways, because that area is like, it's central. So, and there's loads of like expensive houses around, so
yeah,
they ain't trying to get that area fucked up. And
hopefully not.
No, 100%. They've invested so much in that area. It looks so different now.
No, it does. Yeah, it does.
It's so bad and bougie. It never used to look like that. Regent's Park Mosque was the only bit that looked nice.
Trust.
And then the rest looked, it looks really, really good. So let's go into the second.
One calamity after another. Parts of Mozambique, Malawi and Zimbabwe were hit by a massive cyclone. And basically, I don't know whether the toll's gone up, but last time I checked, like 557 people were killed.
Yeah.
I think they've estimated the death toll to rise to thousands.
100%.
And I saw the pictures and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, there's more than 500 people that have died.
Because I didn't take this news seriously. Like, to me, when I heard it, I was like, oh, it's just another cyclone. Or it's just another natural disaster. When I saw the pictures and when I saw water was over the land, there's no land. Yeah. It just looks like bits of islands. I was shocked. I was like, wow.
You can't even see the grass. Like, you can't even see, like, the trees.
How does shit like that happen, man?
Climate change.
1.7 people are said to be affected across southern Africa. No electricity, no running water, homes destroyed, roads destroyed. And the biggest fears are obviously the spread of diseases because they've got no clean water. So what are they drinking? Diseases are going to spread like wildfire. I would
No, 100%. And what's worse as well is that
decomposing bodies,
yeah, exactly. And
no sanitation.
there's no helicopter. There's not enough helicopters and resources to actually take these.
Well, what can you do? What can you actually do when you've got water covering the majority of the land? How can you supply the necessary needs for these people when they're literally out of touch? Unless you get hundreds of ships.
I mean, the ship won't be able to go on top of the land.
Yeah, so, well, I mean...
you'd need more helicopters, I guess. I mean, the United Nations and...
Yeah, they released $20 million.
Yeah, that's not enough.
No, it's definitely not enough. I mean, we're talking about 3 countries affected.
Yeah, that's not enough. And I feel like there hasn't been... I don't think, like you said, you didn't know how serious it was. I don't think I didn't know how serious it was.
Well, why isn't this a big deal? Because this is a big deal. People are more concerned. With all due respect here, yeah, I'm going to draw a very controversial comparison, but a lot of people are concerned about the 50 people that were brutally murdered in Christchurch, but no one is paying attention to the 500 plus people who were swept away by water. This is a natural disaster that could have been prevented. Were it to be of the funding.
Why are you looking at me like that?
No, because I'm furious.
Like, I want answers.
No, I do want answers.
Why does it give me an answer?
I do want answers because this is ridiculous. We have one of the poorest continent in the world who are clearly very, very neglected. No one seems to be giving a shit about whether they're eating, sleeping, surviving. And when something like this happens, we're still, lurking in the shadows, worrying about what dress what's her name? Kate's wearing.
Because people are, like I said, it comes down to the fact that people are a bit uneducated. And like I said last week as well, people are they're moving like puppets. Like you wake up on a day-to-day basis and you're not questioning things. You're not questioning why, your life is a certain way. You're not questioning why, you have this system where, you're waking up, you're getting credits, you're paying for an expensive phone bill, all these things, and you're just so disconnected from the rest of the world that even if something like this was to happen, it doesn't affect you because you're like, it's not here. Why would someone worry about what's happening in Africa when they don't even know if they can afford to pay for their rent? Does that make sense?
Does make sense.
Like, we are literally like accustomed to the life of like waking up every day and grinding towards something. Yeah. But we don't even know what we're grinding towards if we really think about it. Yeah. Like, okay, fine. You're trying to be financially stable, whatever. But it's like, but how long is that gonna last? What else are you gonna start working towards? And I think that's where humanity fails. And a lot of people ignore like these things when in fact that something can be done. And what's worse is that they leave it to charities to deal with.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh yeah, the so-and-so relief aid are going over to, pick up the missing pieces.
Yeah, I mean, they shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Not only should they not, but they can't. They can't physically do it by themselves.
They need the support of the government and they need the support of people who are world leaders. And I'm sorry, but regardless of, that's people. That's human beings. That's lives. Yeah. Like, how can you just dismiss that? It's fucked.
Does this help the case for raising awareness of environmental changes?
100%.
Or is it just another unfortunate tragedy that we're just going to brush under the carpet?
100%. And I feel like when situations like this happen, governments, world leaders should actually push forward campaigns to change the way people are working. Because this is an example. If we continue to live like this, we're going to be dealing with more shit. And I think the only time I don't mean to interrupt you. I think the only time we will realise that it's fucked up is when it happens to a country like the UK.
Yeah, I was just going to touch on that. I think I heard like a couple of days ago, some, I don't know, scientist or whatever, someone influential in the field of environmental health. He did a bit of research and he was making the point that in the next 10 years or something, we're gonna run out of clean water to drink unless we start changing our ways. And I think the biggest problem today is our habit.
100%.
The habit of just living our lives as if we have an unlimited amount of resources.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's worrying.
I do that. I'm the same.
Bruv, I literally today, as I was driving, I had like a bit of wrapper or something in the car. Rolled down the window, just chucked it out.
What a dick.
I know. Big man things.
With
Like,
his chest.
subconsciously. No, not subconsciously. Unconsciously.
Yeah, no, of course. 100%. 100%. And I do it too. Sometimes I can't be bothered to separate the plastics and, the
Bruv,
paper, the
All
cardboard.
the time.
And I just throw it in the bin.
All
Because
the
it's
time.
like, I've been doing it for years.
Yeah.
And I'm always on a rush.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I don't have time to be thinking about these things.
I don't know how they're going to get billions of people to change their habit overnight.
Just the same way they got the whole 5p thing in place, the paper bags.
Yeah, the plastic
That
bags.
really made a
It
difference.
did make a difference.
I'm out here recycling these paper bags. So it can be done. It's just easier to produce that way.
Oftentimes I find myself sticking it on these hippies, like these vegan,
Why?
like ultra left-wing people, because they make me cringe. But I think what they're doing is literally saving the planet.
World.
And
Well, I mean,
like, big, massive respect
they're
to
the
them.
same people that went to the people. Is it
To
the
People's
people?
March,
Yeah,
fam.
exactly.
We'll get onto the People's March. Actually, are we gonna get onto? Let's go.
Yeah,
into the
let's
People's
do
March.
it.
Actually, one last question. Yeah, this is I really want to find out, because Red Nose Day just happened recently, where I think they had the lowest outcome, the lowest amount of donations received since 2012, something like that.
Okay.
Should we, as a community, the West, should we be doing more to help countries in Africa, or are we just scared that by giving a hand to the third world, are we scared that people are going to look at us as like neo-colonialists who are just going over to help the poor, uncivilized people, like we did like hundreds of years ago?
We didn't help them 100 years
Is this
ago.
the problem though?
We
Is
stole from
the
them
problem
100
is we're not
years
helping
ago.
them enough? Or is the problem we're helping them but is in a really condescending kind of way?
Absolutely, 100%. All these institutions and all these places, as much as, they are making positive impacts and so on. Sorry, Seven, I'm just going to have to decline your call. As much as, these charities are doing some great work. Let's not dismiss their great work and so on. But there are systems in place, like I said before, that let's say if Britain did not colonize half of the world, or even 10%, where would they be today? Because it's just a small island.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
True.
What does it actually have?
It's the fifth biggest economy in the world.
Exactly. And why? Because of their power, because of the way that they finesse the rest of the world. We don't have to. I mean, everyone knows what they've done, and they still have power over so many things. So whether we talk about colonialism or neocolonialism, Britain is still a colonialist state. Like it's still doing fucked up shit to this day. Like they might have this 1.7% kind of target they need to meet to do international development work. But why do you have to do? Why do you have to have a target? Because what.
It's the image.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about the image, and it's all about security, and it's all about political relationships, and I just think all powerful leaders, I'm sorry, they're all dickheads, and they're all just greedy, and the rich will remain rich,
and the poor
just
will
like
remain
exactly,
poor.
and that's how the system will always be. And
shout out to capitalism.
I mean, I think it's beyond that, to be honest. And I think it's something that's been in place for a very, 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 very long time.
Deep in our psyche.
Yeah, and I think
imprinted with it.
Even the way, they used to live many, many years ago, it was all about kind of conquering and taking other people's stuff and trading like this and trading like that. And when you look at stuff like currencies, what is an actual currency?
Trust, man.
Like,
I said this to myself yesterday. I was speaking to myself the other day. I do this a lot. I said to myself, the pound will never ever be worth more than me.
100%.
It will never be worth more than an iota of my body.
Because you can't really see a currency as
No.
much as crazy as it sounds. And that is what Britain has. I mean, it doesn't have as much gold as the rest of the world.
Yeah.
They don't have that many resources. I don't know what. I mean, I think my friend found that the other day that there's loads of garlic that grows from this country.
Okay.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. And so let's not go off topic, but
Cool.
Britain will continue to remain rich because they will continue to exploit.
It's mad, man. How did I just manage to just pop up into this country? Like, imagine I could have been born in like South Africa. No, South Africa's pretty prominent. I could be born in Congo. It's crazy.
I mean, because you're not Congolese.
True. Bangladesh then. Imagine I was
Yeah,
born in
I mean-
Bangladesh. Mad.
To be honest, it's one of those things. It's like it got to a point where Britain was accepting people from other countries because they needed people to work for them. They needed,
Of course they did, yeah. They still
cheap
do.
labor. Let's be honest.
Right,
So
let's move on because
yeah,
I
I mean-
didn't think I would ever utter this word in these podcasts
Well-
because I just had no interest in talking about Brexit, and I find myself forced into talking about Brexit because yo, we are about to hit the fucking fan.
okay.
Shit is about to go down. Do you know how like into Brexit I've been since the very beginning?
I haven't,
Fam, I'm a big Brexit fan. Not Brexit fan, but as in this whole situation that's happening right now, cause I am all over it. Every day, I swear down, my adrenaline levels shoot to the roof anytime I hear anything about Brexit. Because there's always something developing every day.
There's nothing developing.
Fam,
The
This
country
is
has gone
mad.
fucked. You know what? I
Yo.
googled. Listen, since 2016,
Yeah.
it's been 3 years.
yo.
Like it's coming to 3 years.
Do you know what? Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, what have they been working on?
This is as big. I mean, you might not see it. Most people won't see it. But in my opinion, this is as big as like World War II. In the sense that the things that are happening around us are so like, you couldn't call it. You could not call this. Let me break this down for you, yeah?
Alright, go
Let
on.
me break this down for you. All right, listen. Imagine this. Man like Cameron, he decides, you know what, yeah? Election campaigns are around the corner. I need to be elected. Let me do the unthinkable. Let me give the British public the Brexit, the EU vote. Yeah? Because I know my people aren't dumb enough to vote leave. I know it. So what does he do? He gives the people the referendum. In order for him to be elected back into office, he gives them a referendum. Boom, he wins the election. He's now not legally, but as a politician, he has to fulfill his word, right?
100%.
Gives the people the referendum. The people vote leave. Shit. My man is pissed the next day. He's got his head in his hands in his head, pulling out his hair. I don't know how long after the referendum, but he resigns. I
think it was like a couple of days later.
Yeah, he was like, I don't think I can lead the country into this uncertainty because he was a Remainer and it wouldn't be right for him as a Remainer to lead the country into a negotiation to leave the EU. What happens? Theresa May takes his place, who is a Remainer. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a Remainer replacing a Remainer. Now, this Remainer, what does she do after she becomes elected? She calls another general election. I mean, why not?
Wait, was she a Remainer?
She was a Remainer.
I've always thought she wanted to leave.
No, she got no choice now. The people have voted to leave. She has to honour the people's words.
I didn't know that. but go
Now
on.
she's got a job to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, she comes onto the podium. We are announcing a general election in order to see whether the country has confidence in us. Low-key, she thought she was gonna walk all over Corbyn, but little did she know, Corbyn had a little trick under his sleeves.
Yeah, he's a little cunt, isn't he?
Yeah, he did his dirt
Love
and
him.
he humiliated her. He absolutely, and that was the beginning of her downfall. Beginning of her downfall was that she fucked up the general election. She shouldn't have called one. She had no reason to call one. Okay, and then what happens is a number of steps that successfully tarnish her reputation. She goes to Europe. The Brexit secretary, she had 3 Brexit secretaries. Can you imagine? Can you imagine going through 3 Brexit secretaries in the space of 3 years? 3 of them who are supposed to lead this Brexit negotiation all leave because they know it's a fucked situation to be in. Her first, I don't know whether he was actually, Michael Gove, right? Michael Gove is today, right? MPs are trying to get Theresa May to quit.
Yeah, 100%.
You fucked up this party so much, you need to go. And they're trying to push Michael Gove into. Michael Gove is like, imagine Boris Johnson. It's like an intelligent version of Boris Johnson, right?
Okay.
So my man, Michael Gove, is like, or I don't know whether it's someone else. It was like, these are going to be the easiest negotiations in history. 3 years down the line, we find ourselves begging the EU for certain shit. Now, Theresa May's got this deal, right? She's got this Brexit deal that takes us out of the EU in name only. Because we're still going to be part of the customs union. We're still going to be part of the free market. We're still going to be part of Europeans being able to sort of somewhat
travel.
walk freely. And we're still going to be part of the EU court, right?
Okay.
If I'm making any mistakes, look, please feel free to correct me.
I can't correct you.
I don't fucking know anything about politics, but as soon as I heard about
correct
Brexit,
you.
fam, I'm
I
telling
can't correct
you,
you.
LBC's going in. So listen,
But I'm tired of fucking LBC.
fam. But it's so mad right now because she has gone through. Do you know what? Her own party stood her up to basically kick her out. You need like 48 letters in order to like have a no confidence vote. So if, for example, you're leader of the party and you're fucking up the system, if 48 people send a letter to the chair of the party, says, look, we don't have any confidence in her, can we have a no confidence vote? She survived a no confidence vote. Now all of a sudden her party wants her to fuck off. But these times you lot voted for her to remain as the party leader. So now legally they can't put a no confidence vote in her for like another year. This is
like, let her do her job, bro.
Yo, but
let her fuck up properly.
I want everyone to understand the full extent of how fucked her image is right now. She is a fucking laughingstock. There are memes and there are like posters and pictures and quotes circulating, not just on the internet. I'm talking about physical posters being put up on billboards that are ridiculing her. Can you imagine the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom being ridiculed in their own country?
Yeah.
Cause this is what kind of era are we living in right now?
I mean, freedom of speech, innit? I mean, if hate crime can be spread so easily, why can't we cost the Prime Minister for being a dickhead?
But this is how fucked this is. The Prime Minister is supposed to be the responsible adult for the whole country.
Not even an adult, a leader, to be honest. She's supposed to lead us.
What do you think will happen next? Do you think we're going to leave or not?
Yeah, we're going to leave, 100%.
There's so many fucking layers to this, because if we leave in a no deal, if we don't make a deal with the EU, we're going to be signing up to WTO terms, World Trading Organization, which means we have no deal with the EU, we have to pay tariffs for everything, and every economist is basically predicting that a no-deal Brexit will be the worst situation for Britain. We will be fucked. We will be totally fucked. We'll have no medicine, we'll have no food supplies, trucks will be like lined up on the M25 or whatever it is. Who's calling me? Oh, Nahir. So rude, innit?
No, why are you saying that? Let him pick up. Pick up and let him sing for us.
Yo!
He's sick, you know.
Oh, hello. How you doing? You alright?
Yes, good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just in the middle of a podcast. You're live. Do you want to say anything to the people?
I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Bro,
What should I say?
Do you want to sing us a song?
sing us a song, man. Come on.
Huh?
Sing us a song.
This is. We'll sing you a song.
Yeah, go on. Give us a little preview of your latest track.
Okay. Let me think. I've got this one track I was working on.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Hit it.
Wait. How does it go again?
Oh my god. What is this,
I
bro?
forgot.
Okay.
Nahir, you do realise this is an hour podcast, yeah?
Do you actually think I can can't do anything. I'm sorry. I can't prove you any track. I can't. Sorry.
Oh, legally speaking, yeah.
I can't. My manager would get angry.
Well,
Bro,
I
I would
wouldn't.
talk to your manager, boy.
I wouldn't. I'm
You wouldn't, yeah?
telling you, no, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Sorry, I wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh,
no
he
worries.
is manager.
Yeah, I manage him.
Jeez, love
Oh, man.
that.
Do you,
Do you know what I mean? Man of many
do you
talents.
think she's a good manager? I mean, he's a good manager.
She.
He, I mean.
Right. Now, here, listen, I'm going to have to call you back. I've got 15 minutes to wrap it up.
How long?
15.
15. Alright, give me a call. What are you doing after?
I got a party to host, remember?
Alright, what time's your party end?
4:30.
Alright, try to come here, because I need to give you something.
Okay. No problem.
Alright.
All right.
Bye,
Goodbye.
beloved.
Bye.
Man, nah, yo. So as I was saying, Brexit is fucked right now. If we live on a WTO, no deal, yeah, we're fucked. If we leave, because you gotta understand, white people are fucking livid. There was 1 billion people yesterday.
I know. 1 billion people.
1 million people yesterday who marched to remain. The Leave voters are even more pissed. We're talking about white right-wing extremist people.
They want to leave.
They
Or
want to
wanna
leave.
stay.
They don't care about the EU.
I don't even know why they want to leave, man. Just leave. Just live your life. What was wrong with how life was before?
Too many fucking, you know what I mean, Eastern Europeans
Like,
coming in
you don't
here,
wanna work
taking
in
all our
Costa.
fucking jobs. Right, you know what I mean? I work hard for my fucking money, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but no
Me
one.
and Gary go down to the pub, you know what I mean? The price of beer's gone up by like 2p. What's that all about?
It's definitely gonna go up more if you
That's
leave
their
Brexit.
argument.
If you leave the EU. Well, to be honest, I just think I'm just gonna say something really like
Do it.
random. I think it's just a way to waste money
Yeah.
and to look how much money has been spent on Brexit so far.
Mm.
Millions, right?
Personally, I don't understand why the general public care. You lot aren't seeing a single penny of the money that's... Fam, people are like, yeah, taxpayers' money is going into the EU. How much of your fucking taxpayers' money is going into, like... Regardless of whether your money is
The
going into that or not.
NHS.
Fam, you're paying tax anyway. Why do you care? The NHS is always going to be fucked. Why do you care? Now, what are you actually paying tax for? I can't physically see in the world that I'm living in, the country that I'm living in, what I'm paying for.
I mean, the roadworks and just...
Well,
And
fuck the
just
road,
like-
the roads are fucked anyway.
I mean, there's some sort of system. We have parks and shit. We have places where, everything looks like cages
Mm.
and everything's regulated. So,
Mm.
I mean, that's where our taxpayers' money is going towards. And it's going towards, let's be honest. And the NHS is fucked, but it's not that bad. Trust me, I've seen some fucked up hospitals in my lifetime. So I'm grateful for what
Yeah,
we
trust.
have here. But I think I just want to know why we're paying money to support this Brexit, kind of campaign. We've been supporting it for 3 years,
Mm.
So are we going to continue to be funding this fucked up shit? Is this what our taxpayers' monies are going towards? When the NHS is literally at its peakest right now, where the same people that are working these long hours are the people that you're trying to kick out of the country. And why are you causing division amongst people anyways? And it's like you're causing division amongst people who, A, are from Europe, B, you're just trying to create an other. Why?
Don't forget, there's now a massive division within British people,
Yeah.
and that's not going to change because the people that voted Leave against the people that voted Remain, they don't look at each other the same anymore.
I mean, to be honest, anyone that voted for the Conservative, I just don't fuck with them, to be honest.
Are you going to vote in the next election? You know the next election is going to be the most interesting election I think we will
Absolutely.
ever see. Because nobody wants to vote Labour, nobody wants to vote Conservatives, nobody wants to vote Lib Dem. We've got a new independent party, we've got a Brexit party. It's all kicking off. Who do you think you'll vote next in the next election?
I'll always vote Labour.
I'll never vote again.
No, you have
Joking.
to.
No,
You
that I
have
never
to.
vote again. I
remember
I've lost faith.
I remember the last vote. I was literally, I used to work in this other office in the call centre,
Yeah.
and I was literally getting people to vote Labour. Like, it was so, I was moving like a Labour representative.
Mad.
Looking back at it,
I rate that.
Yeah, because it was needed, and a lot of young people did vote Labour, and it was I think the biggest. It was the only time that a lot of young people had voted. Especially from London as well. I remember a lot of people on Twitter were like, "Put up our borders." They want to vote Conservative. Let them.
Trust me.
Because London's different compared to the rest of UK. It's actually quite mad.
It is. It's crazy, man. We're one of the most diverse cities in the world.
Because this is the richest, city. It's it's the capital, obviously.
Yeah.
And outside of London, you're not going to be making as much money.
Yeah.
As if you live in London. So, moving on.
Let's
to the
move
next
on.
thing.
I don't want to talk about Madeleine McCann because if I'm being totally honest with you, like she's.
I think again the government is using this money to
Why?
fund
Fam,
other shit
I don't understand
because
what
so
kind of
much
world we
money
live in.
has gone into this.
It's just like,
She's not the only child that's been missing.
yo, what's going on? How many years how many years ago was this? Why are we still
Prolonging it. I don't even know what story they have left to even like.
Listen, in 10 years time she's gonna pop up. She's gonna go to her parents' house like, yo.
She's not gonna pop up.
Do you think she's dead?
100%. I don't think she's dead. I think she's in hiding, and I think that actually there's two possibilities. Either she's dead, or she's not dead, and she's literally like, she's got this.
I think she's been sex trafficked. Personally.
No, I don't even think it's that simple. I think it's deeper than that. I think the parents are basically puppets for a hidden agenda.
Really?
Don't know what the hidden agenda is because
that's a mad conspiracy.
Yeah, because it
It's
doesn't
crazy,
make
fam.
sense. It really doesn't. And if you think about it, where is all this money going to? Why are we funding this fucking search? And it's been years.
Yeah, but who's
Bruv,
searching?
she's gone.
Who's searching? I'm sure, like, if you were searching all these years, you would have found something by now.
They're not gonna find anything. They're not, and they're always You know it is. It's just like when your partner's cheating.
Yeah.
It's like when you keep digging, you might find certain things.
Yeah.
That might add up to this.
Yeah.
Might not add up to. You're always gonna find something that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because there's always gonna be a possibility.
Yeah.
Your mind always wonders.
Trust me.
But look, a mother has lost her child. A father has lost their child. We get it. We mourn. They come back. That's
We
it.
mourn. Who's mourning? I'm not mourning.
I mean, you don't have to mourn if you don't want to. You probably mourned years ago.
Mm.
But it's time to not let it go, but they should use that money to actually prevent stuff like this from happening and putting, policies in place and making sure that these hotels, these resorts are protecting these kids. There's security there. These kind of things that they should put in they should be putting their money towards, not looking for a child. I mean, I'm not saying they didn't do it already, but come on, man. At this point, it's a joke.
All right, listen, we're gonna wrap up with the movie that you watched yesterday, because I don't think there's anything significant to talk about. The Google gaming system, which is gonna take over the world. Apple AirPods 2. Kids, please stay away from the AirPods. They give you cancer.
Do you believe it?
Supposedly.
Do you believe it?
Maybe. I believe anything, fam.
I mean, to be honest, everything makes
I'm
you
a skeptic.
sick. Huh?
I said I'm a skeptic. What did you say?
Everything
Sorry?
makes you sick.
Yeah.
Headphones are not good for you. And when I put my headphones in for too long, I get headaches. Sleeping, next to your phone, it's just all this radiation.
Trust me.
Us sitting in the car all day is unnatural.
Yes.
This is a weird position to be in. You should be walking. Like, of course, like all these things that we're doing.
Yeah.
Like on a day-to-day life, it's not really good for us if you think about it. So I don't think buying AirPods is gonna fuck up your life even more. I think we're already fucked up as it is.
Trust
to
me.
be honest.
Life expectancy is probably 50.
And I just think Apple's taking the fucking piss
Oh,
at this point.
why have they not taken the fucking piss, man?
They
I'm pissed that I'm falling for it. Why am I falling for Apple for?
Yeah, man. He's got what phone have you got here?
It's an iPhone X.
Okay.
And I'm recording the podcast on a MacBook Air, and I'm using my Apple charger, and that's it really.
Have
got
you
an iPad
got
at
an
home.
Apple Watch there?
No, I don't have an Apple Watch, but I was close to getting an Apple Watch.
I have one.
Gosh.
And it broke, and it's just
Swear.
so pointless. Yeah, I dropped it.
Man.
It's in the I Smash shop. I still haven't picked it up yet. That's how you know it's not important. It's literally for image.
Clout.
And I think, you know what it is with the AirPods? I'm sorry, but every time they develop something, why do you do it properly the first time? Why do you have to develop it
It's so
after?
true.
After I already bought the first ones. Are you taking the piss?
Bruv, the quality of AirPods are so dead anyway.
To be honest, yeah, do you know what you know what my nephew did?
Go on.
He got the headphones, normal headphones, and he chopped off the wire bits, and he just kept it.
Sick guy, fam.
I mean, and it just looks exactly the same. And I've
Sick guy.
seen these YouTube videos,
Yeah.
where they've created basically these AirPods, from the normal headphones.
It's not difficult, man.
Yeah, like they're literally finessing us, and they look butters. They actually look
Yeah.
butters.
I don't know, man. I just feel like, to be honest, in 5 years' time, Apple are done.
No, I don't think so.
Roll on the next company, man. I'm ready.
No, there's not going to be another company like
I'm telling
Apple.
you, Apple are gonna run out of ideas, and what more can
No,
you
they got
do?
a car.
A car? Yeah, oh yeah, I heard about the car.
Yeah, I
You
remember,
told me
yeah,
about
the
the
car.
car. Yeah.
And they're just going to
Branching
continue. They're going to continue dominating the market. They really dominated it now, to be honest.
I mean, I can't complain. I love my iPhone. It's so
Me
simple
too.
and easy to use. But anyway, Us movie. Talk to me.
Okay, so
I need to watch it, fam.
Yeah,
Because I remember, Get Out was the best movie I've ever watched. In my
Really?
opinion, personally, I haven't been more thrilled in a cinema than
Yeah.
I was when I was watching Us. And I met the guy, the main character, bumped into him at the
Daniel.
circus. Yeah, I had to chat to him
Yeah,
because he did such a sick fucking job in that
it's
film.
good.
But Us looks epic.
Okay, well, I'm not going to talk about how I'm not going to talk about the movie and what
Okay.
happened exactly. But what I am going to say is that you need to go into
Us is basically a movie about individuals and their own ego, right?
not necessarily. It kind of talks. It looks. It is very. It's a smart movie. I'll give you that. And with me, I have a kind of a really bad attention span, and it's horror but comedy. At the same
Thriller.
time. Yeah. So I was saying that at first, and I was like, "This is really slow,"
Okay.
but you need to. It's good. It's
Build
good
up is
that
good
it's
because it
slow.
puts everything in context.
Yeah, and it gives you time to think and reflect on things. And it really does, like, it's really good to see black actors really, like, shining
That
in
woman,
the movie.
I only watched the trailer, but that woman
She's
is
good. She's good.
really good.
She's really good. And it's funny too. And it really does, like, address, like, you can really interpret it the way you want.
Yeah.
You can look at, like, race. You can look at gender. You can look at class. You can look at the dark ages. You can look at trauma. And at first, when I had, like, the movie had finished, I was a bit confused.
In fact, I might watch it tomorrow, you know.
Yeah,
go on.
I was going to go watch it by myself, to be honest. But, yeah, I just asked my friend to come with me. And they really understood. They put everything together immediately. Whereas me, I was really slow about it. And it uses a campaign that America did. I don't want to go into like too in depth with it, but
It's Black Lives Matter.
no, it's not a black. It's hands over campaign.
Okay.
Something like that. Anyways,
Yeah, go on.
where they basically came all together to alleviate poverty, and they raised 34 million,
Yeah.
and only 15 million had gone to where it was needed.
Awesome.
And the movie actually looks at like the surface levels of things,
Yeah.
and the fact that as human beings, this is how I've interpreted it. And the fact that we look at the glossy kind of like the surface of everything,
Yeah.
and we ignore what's underneath. Like,
Yeah, it's like the
that.
iceberg, isn't it?
yeah, exactly.
We're only focusing on the
And
tip
that's
of the
what
iceberg.
America's been built on. If you think
Mm,
about it,
wow.
they ignore the fact that
So
there's
those-
blood in their hands.
So their clones are their subconscious.
I don't know. You go and check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
You go and
yeah.
understand and interpret it the way you want.
Mm.
But that's how I've interpreted. Because I was thinking about it this morning and on my way home, and I was like, yeah, it really does look at just the dark ages, and just what was really good. I'm just gonna summarize it.
Yep.
Is that they were really using. How do I explain it? Black music to, it's just the little bits and bobs, like the fact that they were, I got 5 or just stuff like that. It was good because normally in movies, where there's black characters, they they will play certain songs, and then not to take the piss, but it's like to create a character. Whereas if this is like, nah, this is
Staying
normal. They're
real.
listening to these songs, and
yeah.
these are black characters. This is a black family, and yeah, they're doing well, and they're living a middle class lifestyle, and it's all good. So that was good. So yeah, check it out.
Definitely.
And I would like to know what you think as well.
Yes, I will watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, hopefully. But I think we're gonna wrap up now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And see what the week holds for us.
Definitely. It started off as a very bright, beautiful day. It feels like summer. The breeze is sort of bristling the trees. I mean, I don't know if I'm waffling.
The sky is blue. We can start by
start off there, innit?
Yeah, we'll start there.
That's
the
enough
sky is blue.
description for you to know it's a nice day.
Yeah, and there's 2-3 clouds.
Yeah.
So hopefully you said that it's gonna be 17 degrees this week.
Yes, sometime this week. That's what
That's
I saw with
lit.
the forecast. I mean, Apple's a bit unreliable, but you know.
Yeah,
it
it's
does
a bit
change every
off,
now and
innit?
again. It is a bit off. Yeah, I can't.
Oh yeah, it was. I rely on BBC BBC weather.
Shout out BBC.
So yeah, episode 30.
Episode 30.
Let's celebrate that.
Let's-
Cheers.
yes.
Can we bump mics?
Yes. Bang! Hey, I like that. You know.
That is so lame.
Jeez, no, man. We're the first people. I think we're the first people to do that. Yo, listen, everybody. Thank you very much to our listeners who have been really engaging with us. Shout out to Shamima Begum. No, not the Shamima Begum.
Are you
but
trying to get us nabbed?
Shamima Begum. Thank you very much for everyone. Literally, the amount of interactions we've been getting has been really, really positive, and it's been very, very not inspiring. What's the word, man? When you feel motivated and you feel a bit,
it's empowering.
Empowering, man. Like,
our
seriously,
voices are being heard.
you're giving me confidence to talk. I feel like my voice has power.
Nigga, you've been doing how many episodes?
Nah,
and now you feel empowered.
These times, I literally thought I was recording for myself. I can't lie.
Really?
But now I feel like, there's people out there who want to
that
listen.
are connecting to us.
Guys, thank you very much for all of the support, for all of the listening,
Plug us in.
attentive listening. Guys, please don't forget that we are also on social media. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I've changed the @ so on Instagram it's The Tomato Podcast. On Twitter I'm yet to change it. It's still @ Podcast.
You got me
Tomato.
in trouble.
Did I?
Because one of my friends is like, is it Tomato Podcast or is it Tomato Podcast?
I tried to be quirky, innit?
Or The
but it
Tomato
kinda failed.
Podcast. And I was like, it's Tomato Podcast.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry,
they went
apologies.
on Instagram and it said The Tomato Podcast. So.
But guys, listen, the best thing out of all of this is that it's free. You don't need to subscribe to anything. It's free, my guy. We're giving you quality
Free
content on a golden platter, and we're saying, here, take it. Take it. Don't give it back to me. Just take it and run before I change my mind. So, guys, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube as well, SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, any other platform that you listen to your podcast on. 9 times out of 10, we will be there, and we will be here next week again for episode 31.
Boop.
I wrapped that up sickly. Like, that was a sick wrap up. Blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. See you next week. Bye.